Hey guys, my name's Chris. I'm here to just share a couple thoughts with you. I do think it's smart to stock up, and I think you're going to start to see some things really escalate. This week, OPEC has a meeting on Wednesday, tomorrow, regarding oil. The Russia-Ukraine war is it's going to affect the entire world. I do believe it's going to escalate. I hope not, but that's what I think. I think it's smart to switch out of cash, out of US dollars into some kind of asset, or, I mean, if you live in America, you have to pay your bills in cash. So, but I think we're entering interesting times here in the United States. I think it's smart to go solar. Um, if you have the opportunity to go solar, you have more control over power at your house, stock up on food, have a plan in case things get kind of crazy. This week or last week, we saw the stock market sell off pretty good. It's up today. I mean, there's a lot of factors right now. There's U.S. inflation. There is oil price, which it's been high this year. It's lower now, and the United States has a lot of enemies right now. So, those are things to consider. I mean, oil, our whole entire nation. I mean, cars and going to and fro. That's why you're seeing higher grocery prices too. So I think gold and silver are good assets to get into. Why I don't think crypto is the best currency to get into is because so I'll just give a hypothetical. Like, what are you gonna do if, like, just say for example, you have crypto and then all of a sudden the grid goes down or something. How are you going to buy and sell anything, or like how are you going to get to your asset? You would have to get out of the area you're in and get back on the grid. That's just a thought. Gold and silver you could travel with. Obviously gold's going to be easier to travel with. It's, one piece is worth more than many pieces of silver. But I do think you're going to see a rush into the metals market. And a couple thoughts on United States real estate. I think it's going to crash really hard. I do think this nation is crumbling. The U.S. is like at the very end of its glory. You can see it. Just people don't know wrong from right anymore. So my couple thoughts are, put your trust in Jesus. And today's the day of salvation, that you can ask Christ for forgiveness of your sins and read the Bible. And there's a great app called it's called Daily Bread. You can download that. It's a daily devotional. There's another really good one called Pause, Pause, and it has a pause 2 times a day for a couple minutes. You just stop and it reads to you like some scriptural stuff to just kind of quiet your mind, get your focus on Jesus. We have to remember not something else too. Joseph in the book of Genesis, when he went to Egypt, they stored up food for the famine. So I do think a famine's coming. That doesn't mean God can't provide supernaturally through a miracle like he did when he fed Elijah from a raven. And not only did a raven feed him, but a raven brought him meat. So just remember, like, we're living in trying times, and I think it's a good thing to stay prayed up. Pray for those that are not saved, that need to know Jesus. And if you don't want to go to church, you could always start a home church. But those are my thoughts on I don't know, maybe a year and a half left, before big war starts. I saw a guy on YouTube, and he said that once the Ukraine war gets to 9 months, So it takes 9 months for a baby to be born. It's going to turn into a much bigger war, and we can already see that with Putin. He has raised up 300,000 troops recently, and the other thing is the U.S. elections, the midterm elections are November 8th, I believe. So there's a lot going on right now, guys. Overall, I think things are still pretty stable in the United States, but these are just some things, to keep your eye on. At the end of the day, I mean, you just have to trust Christ. I mean, you can't trust your pocketbook. I mean, God can take money and give you money. So, be a good steward with what you have. And those are all my thoughts for today about the U.S. economic collapse. I do believe it's coming. I believe it'll be on a global scale. I think Credit Suisse Bank was also having difficulty this week. So, prepare and keep your hearts close to Christ, and Christ will keep you warm.